So I think we're live. I think we're live.
Oh, are we?
Hard to tell. I mean, they're starting, so I'm assuming we're live now.
Alright.
Right, so this is losers finals of the tournament, so it's really far in. We have Scotty and Pollsmor, which are two really solid runners. Like, this is not an unexpected losers finals at all. Scotty taking a slight early lead. Brinstar in general is really considered to be like a very difficult part of the run for any category of this game. There's just a lot of really tight mechanics you need to get properly with good platforming and like handling enemies in various positions, as well as a bit of RNG. Scotty falls down. Oh, okay. They're... So Pollsmor pulls ahead slightly now. You see, like it switches a lot early on. Neither racer taking any damage though. That's really useful. After the upcoming boss, Scotty takes damage from the thing.
Hopefully he knows the backup for this, because, yeah, as Dragonfang said, it's not nice, because you don't get missiles all the time if you take damage, and yeah.
Not hit again! No!
Let's hope this isn't a disaster, Brinstar.
Pollsmor getting double, where we hit the worm twice on the same frame. Scotty getting spikes, so Pollsmor gonna take a pretty big lead at the start here.
Yeah, I believe that's an 8 or 9 second time loss for Scotty.
Yeah. Thankfully though, like because Scotty got spike, he didn't have to worry about ammo anymore, which he was kind of not very, like he wasn't doing very well in the ammo department because of him taking damage. You want to have full health coming out of that room, because having full health means you get more missile drops. I mean, like the tiniest bit under full, like usually screws up your drops a lot, and we need drops for high room. High room is obnoxious without enough ammo. Both runners make it through high room fine. God, it seems to be about 8 seconds-ish behind right now. I'm not sure which routes these guys use. I think Pollsmor does late Brinstar and Scotty does early.
Yeah,
I'm not completely sure.
That's right. So we're gonna see very soon them diverging. And should we talk about the route differences?
You probably should, yeah.
All right. So Scotty is going to do a lot of Brinstar early, and that means he gets a few extra missiles and an energy tank. It makes the run a lot safer, and you don't have to collect as much ammo. It ends up about similar time-wise.
They're very, very similar both. I think depending on what you do in the following, like late, like potentially faster.
Oh, Pollsmor doing early Brinstar.
Oh, I didn't know Pollsmor switched early.
Yeah, neither did I.
Scotty doing really risky JBGs.
I mean, they're very sexy.
They are, but I mean, specifically in that room, making any mistake means the Rippers are in like horrible positions. The room is fine if you just like don't screw anything up. You can do it pretty slowly as long as you don't screw anything up. But as soon as you miss like a bomb anywhere, the Rippers are straight in your way, and you have to wait for several seconds for them to move out. But you could also fall down, take the any percent path to start with, and then come back here after beating Ridley before going to Tyon. Doing that there's like a 2-minute difference for a big part of the run, but because runners are doing the same route, it's gonna be way easier to tell who's in the lead during the race, which is nice.
So I really like the JBJ here. I sometimes like miss the platform completely or land. It's really inconsistent depending on your bomb jump. So I really like that JBJ.
I think did Scotty get worse RNG?
I think he did, yeah. Those bugs weren't pleasant.
Scotty is really having a rough Brinstar. So the bugs eating up the pillars like that is strictly RNG. There's no real way to manipulate it. People have a lot of like weird homemade things that they claim work, but nothing actually works. I'm gonna upset a bunch of people by saying that, I know, but
I mean, it's true.
It's true. Both players handling the bomb jump well. That's one of the harder parts of doing early Brinstar, that specific bomb jump.
Yeah, that's the reason I like doing late Brinstar in races, because that bomb jump is really tough, and if you mess it up, you're gonna lose a lot of time.
It gets even harder if you mess it up. Like, you have a one shot at the start that's like reasonably difficult, and if you don't get that, it's like so annoying.
Yeah, because then you can't really predict the patterns as well.
Yeah, everything's way out of sync if you miss the first one. Pollsmor with about 10-second lead right now. 10 minutes would be rough, 7 minutes. 10-second lead right now, which is like pretty substantial still for so early, but still a lot of the race left.
And Scotty made another small mistake. He fell down and had to climb back up a bit.
Yeah. Very respectable 7:40 great entrance from.
Yeah, it's a pretty sick start.
That's a really good time, actually.
So because they did early Brinstar, they don't have to bother with ammo quite as much. With late Brinstar, you have to collect ammo here, and I really don't like having to do that, because sometimes you just don't get the ammo you need, and you lose a bunch of time having to shoot the side hoppers later on with regular shot.
And that's the problem with doing late Brinstar. So like, both routes have issues. There's no clear-cut best route for that. Oh, Pollsmor missing the bomb jump. Oh, missing it again.
Yeah, missing that bomb jump in particular is really harsh, because the blocks respawn really quickly.
Try to gain some time back there.
Did he shoot that with a missile?
No,
wow, that's sick.
I mean, sure. He did it like unnecessarily hard for himself by shooting. He shot it straight, which gives him less time to wall jump. I use a beam too, but I do a diagonal shot from a spin. Gives me like more time to do the bomb jump or the wall jump. Anyway, this boss fight is one of the big reasons why we actually want the extra ammo, because this is a huge ammo hog. You need 30 missiles to kill it, and you want at least 10 missiles left after killing it. So you see, Pollsmor kind of barely getting enough, even with early Brinstar. And that can sometimes just kill your run having bad drops from Acid Worm if you do late. Going early Brinstar, you're almost always good on missiles. Even then, I've done early Brinstar and like not had enough missiles to kill the hoppers. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it can happen if the boss doesn't give you enough ammo. Yeah. It's really annoying. This bomb jump is also a little scary if you mess it up because
it's really smooth by Pulse. I've seen Scotty miss multiple bombs this run, where he places the bomb a bit too soon to break the block he's trying to break. Oh no, Scotty messes up JPG, but still does it somehow. I think that I think that JPJ is really hard to do. You have to do it like so high to get up there. Room is widely known as the most boring room in the game. There are ways to speed it up, but it's kind of tricky and sort of risky. Is Scott going for it? Yeah. It got bad rippers. I didn't actually end up being faster. That sucks. I'm gonna take a refill here. We'll see if any of them can get refill glitch. Pollsmor is really close, but he doesn't get it. Scotty doesn't try. I think that's reasonable too. This is one of the harder refill glitches to get. And I know not everyone goes for it here. Because the room is shaped really weirdly compared to other statues. So we'll be coming up on the Crate fight soon. Crate is one of, if not the hardest boss in 100%. It's a really rough fight.
I mean, I don't think it's... Oh, Scotty messes that up. But I don't think the fight's particularly difficult if you time your shots well, but...
I mean, it's very doable, but it's still like the hardest fight. It's not like any of the fights are like really that hard in this game.
I dislike the Mago Cocoon.
Cocoon? Nah.
Both players get the 2 round.
Yeah, Cocoon is like a good choice.
But yeah, Fangs is right. Most of the bosses in this game are kind of a joke.
It's not. I mean, they are as well, but even then, we just kind of burst them down before they have time to do anything. You know, speedrun sense. They can be slightly more challenging on a casual run when they get to do attacks at all.
Or if you're playing on hard mode.
Yeah, if you're playing low percent, well, Mecha is like really difficult on low percent.
Yeah, Mecha is RNG based if you win on low percent.
Scotty is shooting a lot of missiles, wasting a couple. It's not that big of a deal, assuming he's not gonna try to skip refill in Norfair, which I wouldn't recommend in a race regardless. But I try to conserve missiles through this section anyway.
Pollsmor does a Shine Spark. I hope Scotty does the proper strategy here.
No. I expected more from Scotty.
So did I, because I showed him how to do it.
It's the tiny. It's like half a second faster, if even. It's like so tiny.
Still, it's really easy to do. So
yeah, it is. It is. So for anyone in chat who doesn't know, you can, instead of the shine spark they did at the end of Crate, you can just kind of jump up on the platform and kill the crab with the speed booster, and then just platform up there, and it's like 20 frames faster or something.
I think it's like 30 something frames, maybe.
30 maybe. This is still really close.
Yeah, considering that Scotty had a really bad Norfair Brinstar.
Yeah. And I missed some things in Crate too. Oh, Scotty opts to take that missile later on. While Pollsmor decides to take charge beam later on. I'm almost surprised Scotty doesn't do late charge. That seems like such a Scotty thing to do.
Pollsmor getting the spark. It's always cool to see that one.
So because of the spark that Pollsmor just did, grabbing charge beam on the way back to Tyon is maybe half a second faster. Most runners just grab charge beam early anyway because it's slightly more convenient. Like there are a couple of like tricks that make some rooms easier with charge beam, and they'll just take the half second loss for that convenience. I personally just don't like doing the Brinstar spark. I think that spark is not like difficult for me to bother with half a second.
Yeah, if you ever miss it, you've lost a half a second. And then there's this one part where you have to get a pretty fast shot on a block to get a shine spark at one point. We'll point it out.
Think Scott is gonna do JBJ?
I hope he does. It's pretty sick.
He's gonna catch. If he does JBJ, he's like almost caught up.
He's really consistent at it. He found a way to do it that makes it more consistent, which is pretty interesting.
It's still not. I don't know how he gets consistent. That is not a consistent trick. I don't understand what he does to make that work.
So what he does,
it's magic.
So what he does is if you press up, if you jump as soon as you like get out of your ball spark, a ball, you don't spark. So you can get a jump from a standing jump, and then that makes the trick really easy. Well, not really easy, but much easier than how I do it.
Scott is a god.
Oh yeah. So yeah, he basically get that trick to work more consistently. You have to jump right out of your morph, and if you do that, you don't spark, and it does make the trick a lot easier.
Scott is like the only person who can actually do that, like sort of consistently. I tried for a while, but I never. I got it like twice in a row.
Yeah, it is hard.
It's so hard. Like I know technically what he's doing, but I can't. I don't know how his fingers move so fast. It's ridiculous. So he gained like it's like 4 seconds. I think he gained from doing that bomb jump. I think it's 4 seconds.
Yeah, something like that.
This seems to be about 10 seconds behind.
Yeah, and Scotty got the bad power in there, which is unfortunate.
It looks like he tried to wait for the Ripper so he didn't take damage, but then he took damage anyway.
Yeah, I wonder why he did that.
I think he was trying to wait, but just mistimed his ledge grab.
So Pollsmor grabs the missile early. It's actually faster to grab it late.
I heard you guys talking about this, but I need to retime. But I remember timing this during like when we did all the routing thing stuff. And I remember it distinctly being slower. Grab it later always. But I might be incorrect. I need to check this again.
You have to do a JBJ to make it faster, though.
Oh yeah, so it's like really close.
Yeah, it's really really close.
Right.
You can also, like Scotty tried to do that to Shine Spark across in the lava.
Yeah, it's gonna go faster if you get the Shine Spark, but like
that Shine Spark is hard, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know how these runners are gonna feel about skipping heals in Norfair. I kind of doubt they'll try, but if they're gonna try, they need to really conserve everything right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it if I was them, especially if I'm Pollsmor, who's been prone to dying.
Has happened.
The room where Pollsmor messed up is one of the rooms where it's really convenient to have Charge Beam, and Scotty has a much easier time here because Charge Beam makes it kind of free.
Scotty getting a quote-unquote lucky super drop. A super drop there is actually slower than getting a normal missile drop because we don't need supers until we refill, and getting a missile drop after you get to 2 missiles, which is 1 frame less of refill later on. No.
1 frame faster.
Scotty, no, this is terrible. Just give up.
Oh
Scotty,
no.
Run. Screw it. Just don't take the super. Go back. Get the stream clean up.
Oh no.
Oh, this is really, really bad. So Scotty missed the door. So I still think just ignoring it and getting it clean up is the fastest way to do this, but it's gonna, having 1 less super in Ridley is gonna be terrible.
You probably should do late Imago.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe we should do a lower Norfair cleanup to get an extra super.
Oh yeah, he could do that instead too.
Does Scotty know how to do that route?
I don't even know.
So there's an alternate route through Norfair where you go and grab a super and missile early. That's technically slower. It's like a couple of seconds slower, but you get an extra super drop. That extra super drop, or that extra super pack, is usually not useful because like the 4 we have is enough for everything. But since Scotty just didn't get the super at the top, I think he should go for it. But again, Scotty kind of entered the whole 100% thing later.
He can't do it anymore.
Oh yeah, he needs to refill. So Scotty had to take a refill at both high jump and spear attack. That's so terrible. But yeah, so Scotty's sort of new to the category, and I don't think he was around when this route was like an actual thing. We stopped using it pretty early on, so I don't think many of the current runners know how the route works. I'm not really sure why he decided to refill at spear attack. Seems weird.
Yeah, neither do I.
I thought he did it because he wanted a super to do lower Norfair. But now I don't know. I guess he was just really worried about not getting a super drop from anything.
I mean, he still had a chance from the enemy before wave beam too.
Yeah, and he doesn't need a super drop. Like it's nice, but it's not 100% necessary. There are no like super doors or anything he needs to get through. Imago would have been terrible without the super, but still not as bad as refilling, I think.
I think you should do Imago late though, unless he can get the 1 round.
There's no, I don't think he can do 1 round with 2 supers. I don't think even Scotty can do that.
Yeah.
It's technically possible, like Taz does it with 1, so you can technically do it with 2, but
I think you could do it in a segmented run but then you wouldn't have 2 supers in a segmented run.
With 2, I don't know. I've never done it with 2. I've done it with 3, and that's hard enough as it is. Pollsmor is being really fancy for no reason.
Yeah, I disapprove of being fancy when the strategy is slower. Yeah, so this shooting this block is a reason why people get charged, and it makes shooting that block more consistent.
It's still not hard to hit that block, but it's scary because you miss it sometimes, and you lose a lot of time. Scotty having a good cocoon fight. We'll see what happens now. I don't even know if Scotty realizes he can do Lady Migo.
Scotty is technically, he does technically have a faster time, so he could just like blow out Pollsmor for the rest of the run, but it's going to be really hard. He needs to gain a lot of time.
I don't know. So the interesting thing is the door, like the rooms that Scotty missed, if you simply just don't do those rooms. So I think if Scotty just like gave up right away instead of trying for a while to get a super top. But if you just like go into that room to get the speed boosters to break the blocks and don't even go for the supers, it's only like 2 seconds lower. But you miss out on the super, which is kind of a big deal. We're gonna see Pollsmor probably getting a one round here. Did he miss a super? No, okay.
Scotty came sort of close to getting the 1 round, but yeah, it wasn't gonna happen.
It wasn't that bad from Scotty. It was like a 3 round. Both runners missing spark. No, yeah, okay. Pollsmor was kind of close to getting it still. So you can do a spark across the top of this room to save a second or something.
A second? Only 1?
I think so.
Wow, that's a lot less than I thought it was.
I mean, it's a second for tool assisted. I don't know how that's the only timing I remembered. I just know it's faster normally, but I don't know how much. Hopefully we'll see both do ice clip properly. That's not that hard, so it shouldn't be a problem. This trick is weird to try and explain, but I'll give it a shot. If you're standing on top of 2 frozen enemies, like you have to actually be on top of both of them, which usually means they have to be on the same subpixel of height, which is surprisingly easy on the Hypex. But if you're on top of 2 frozen enemies and they both die on the same frame, the game gets really confused and tries to, when the first enemy dies, it tries to place you on top of the second enemy, but the second enemy has already respawned, so it can't. Oh my god, guys.
Good job, Pollsmor, trying to be fancy.
Why? Like, I don't even... Why is it doing it again? That's not even faster. I don't know what... Pollsmor keeps doing that. I don't know why. It's like, yeah. It's harder and slower. It's so pointless.
Yeah, so if you go to the left, you can grab the ledge instead of having to wall jump again. It's so much easier.
It's easier and faster, so I don't know why Pollsmor insists going for the wall jump, because it looks cooler. He wants to be different. Meanwhile, Scotty also missed the diagonal, but he had the sense to just spark straight up and save it.
I think that it's cooler to be faster and easier. So, Pollsmor did not go for the diagonal.
Reasonable, since he messed up the first one. You lose more time from missing the second diagonal. And you gain less, so it's scary.
You have a really easy setup for it, though.
Scotty getting speed jump on first try.
speed jump is kind of a difficult trick because it's a 3-frame window, and it's easy to miss. It's not a hard trick, but it is very easy to miss.
I mean, it's hard to call it a trick when it's just like the way you do the room. It's like this isn't something we found out. It's just how you grab that missile tank, and it's really hard for some reason.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where I don't understand why the developers made it so tricky.
It's just like a really tight jump. So it's something you're always scared of missing that jump in. I'm really worried about all the super drops from Scotty, but he doesn't want them because he doesn't have space. I don't even know who's technically ahead. I think Pollsmor still ahead, probably.
Oh, Pollsmor is ahead by a lot.
It's not that much. I mean, it's surprisingly quick to grab that super tank at the end of cleanup. I think most of the time you lose from not getting it early is Imago fight, which Scotty's already passed.
I mean, I guess that's true. So I think I would still rather be in Pollsmor position.
This is probably still Pollsmor's favorite. I don't think it's that much though. Pollsmor still has to pick up charge beam too.
So one thing that you saw Scotty do is morph on the platform when jumping, and that's slower than just running up to the eye, because the eye has a set time where he triggers from seeing Samus. So you ideally don't want to do what Scotty did.
I mean, it's only slower sometimes.
It's always slower because you have to activate the eye.
No, that's not.
Well, I mean,
like the door has a timer, and if you get there before the timer is up, nothing happens. So you have to wait for the timer anyway.
But I mean,
it's never faster to morph early.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's sometimes slower. Most of the time it's equal. Sometimes it's slower, but it's never faster.
Wait, it's on a global timer, you said?
Yeah. I mean, it's the timer starts when you enter the room.
Oh, okay.
So if you don't get to the door by the time, like when the timer runs out, it gets a new timer. So you could miss a cycle by morphing early. So it's like not a good idea, but most of the time it's not gonna. Getting pretty bad super drops, looks like. I get some from these owls, which owls tend to drop a lot of supers. Yeah, it's good enough.
Yeah, he's maxed out now.
Pollsmor seems to be about 15 seconds behind, but I mean they're not on the same route anymore, so we don't really know. But for a straight comparison right now, Pollsmor is 15 seconds behind. But I still think that puts him ahead of Scotty. I think the rooms where Scotty has to go is like at least like 30 seconds or something.
Yeah, it takes 6 seconds just to grab the ammo, so.
Yeah.
And 8 seconds for room transitions.
That's 6 extra doors. So yeah, that makes sense. But getting the missile properly. See if Pollsmor can grab his charge beam. He usually can, so I'm not worried. This is sort of tight though, getting a charge beam and the boss part. Yeah, he's fine. He's doing the hardest way to do that room because he can, I guess.
So has anybody ever figured out why the game sometimes freezes after you grab long beam?
No. It would have been nice to know. It happens so rarely that we don't have a big sample to know anything.
You weren't recording when that happened?
I was streaming. I wasn't like recording my inputs to test things. I didn't do anything special, I just ran out the door and crashed. So in Tyon, we just want as many super dubs as possible from the Metroids. In 100%, it's not that big of a deal not getting them because we still have enough ammo to finish the fights. But it's still getting supers is obviously faster than not getting them, since supers are by far the fastest way to kill anything, and we need a lot of them. So we'll see. I'm assuming both runners. I don't know. I think Pollsmor saves like 6 supers, but I think we'll see Scotty save 4 supers. That's how many supers we need to have the fewest amount of cycles at Mother Brain. So going below 4 is like really wasteful. If you end up at less than 4 Mother Brain, you're kind of screwed. Tiny bit, just like a couple of seconds. Oh no. Scotty both didn't kill the Metroid and didn't grab the super. It's sad.
Oh, a double super drop too.
Double super drop that he couldn't get. He's still at 10 supers, so I think he's fine. Yeah, he's maxed out for supers.
Gets to use some supers on the barriers, which never happens.
Does he even though? Pollsmor at 8 is at 8 as well.
Yeah, I don't know why Scotty didn't use them on the barrier, but oh well.
Gonna do triples. He's just not gonna use 2 of the supers, that's also fair. Did he try to do like a few doubles at the end?
No, I don't think so. He still had 2 super missiles.
Yeah. Okay. See, this is like Scotty is a really technically good runner. Like he has good, his movement is good, and he knows how to do really hard tricks. But he's like he doesn't know how to handle these weird fringe scenarios that doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, he hasn't been running the game for nearly as long as anybody else. So if he makes some sort of mistake, it's going to be harder for him to recover from it.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping to see Scotty do a 1-3-4 escape, but he messed up. A 1-3-4 is just crazy.
Oh, Pollsmor missing shit. Scotty missed the super in Norfair, the first super we grab in Norfair, so he has about half a minute that he needs to do extra in cleanup to get that.
So I think Scotty's like 12, 13 seconds ahead, just like on a different route basis. And so he's maybe 20 seconds behind Pollsmor, roughly.
I think somewhere around there, like 15 to 20 seconds behind, probably. We'll see if either runner tries to skip the heal here. I wouldn't do that in like a tournament. It's only marginally faster to skip the heal.
And Charlie is a lot more consistent if you do heal.
Yeah.
Like you can sometimes get patterns against Charlie that are really hard to react to.
That's kind of the thing. Yeah, that helps because we kill Charlie faster. He doesn't get the tricky parts fight. But because we can do at the Chosen Ghost later on, which we call Charlie, you can do damage boosts that make the fight faster. Having more health lets us do more damage boost. So it's not faster enough that healing is the faster option. But
Pollsmor gets the map.
Oh, that's a lot of time.
I think we have a race now.
They might be like pretty close to even now.
Did Pollsmor get freeze the first part and not get spotted?
I wasn't watching.
I think he did. What the hell?
Did he not know how to do the rest? I don't think a lot of people know how to do the rest of that room if you accidentally freeze the first pirate. It's slightly different, and if you don't do it correctly, you get spotted by the second one and end up wasting a bunch of time.
So you can save a few frames by pressing up at the right time after going through a tunnel. I'm not sure if any of these runners are doing it though. I know Pollsmor knows about it.
Scotty tries to do faster slides but fails it and screws up and doesn't do the backup strap properly either. This charge was weird. I don't know if he could have done the real backup strap there. He got spotted like really early. I don't think he had the charge. Jumps through the door though. So jumping through the door like Scotty did saves a couple of frames of real time because it makes the scroll, like when you go through a door you can see it kind of scroll to match the height of the next room, and jumping through that door makes the scroll shorter, which saves time, even though the jump itself is slower movement wise.
Are there any other spots here in Tyon and in Chisodia that you save time doing that by?
I don't think there's anywhere else in the game that you actually save time by jumping like that. There are other spots in Fusion where the same thing happens. But I think that's the only door in Zero Mission where it's worth going for real time to actually jump into. See if Scotty can get Soundstrat. Looks good so far. Yeah, that's fine. So we just want to move in a very specific way through that room. We're gonna see Pulse try it as well. He screws up the first shot. We want to move in a very specific way through this room, and that ends up getting the alarm to shut off right at the end here. And when the alarms shut off, we don't have to go through a save room. We'll see Pollsmor having to enter a save room quickly. It's a very minor time save.
Fun fact, Soundstrat was named after the legendary Dragon Fangs himself.
It would have been hilarious. No, Soundstrat's named after Mr. Sam the Digital in commentary. No runner actually taking damage during Citrus, so they could have skipped heal. Still probably not a good idea. It's really scary.
Yeah, it's not like it's difficult in any way, but
you know, everything that pirates do just insta kill you in this area. So not like there's nowhere we want to get hurt for speed reasons, and there's not really that big of a risk of getting hurt anywhere. Like it's not that hard to dodge all the pirates. But a single slip up means you die, and then the race is over, which would have been sad. So I agree with both runners just getting the heal.
yeah, and Charlie isn't completely trivial either. Like I think he's the scariest part of not taking damage in Suitless.
Sure, yeah.
That last glyph is deceptively tricky sometimes, because sometimes you get lightning and then he spawns his shot. I think maybe Dragonfang's can explain a little better though.
Wait, I'm sorry, what were you talking about? The glyph?
So the last round he shoots his lightning beam in the middle, right? And sometimes you have to avoid his shot while you shoot him, and it's kind of tricky to do sometimes.
Yeah, so I mean, if you ever stand still in this fight, he's gonna shoot lightning at you. So you're gonna see runners like running back and forth and jumping up and down just to stay moving. But even if you do that during the last phase, he can just shoot lightning anyway. Like he does a second form of lightning that like crawls along the floor and stuff. And it screws everything up because when he does the lightning, the like floating ghost thing stops, and that so often screws up my perception of where he's going to be, and I like overshoot really hard because it stops really suddenly. There's no glitch from either runner.
Yeah, and Pollsmor used to brag about how easy it was with this special trick he found.
Did he really? I didn't hear about that.
So Pollsmor claimed that if you concentrate on when you're supposed to press left and right, you can mash. Oh, Scotty, no!
No, that's honestly not. That's like one of the best places to miss. If you're gonna miss that, that's like the place to miss it. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, he should be fine. Oh, Pollsmor! Okay, Pollsmor does a safety recharge.
So this is called the Scotty tank because Scotty legendarily messed it up in a 110 pace run.
Is it really? Wow, I'm not keeping up with all these meme names.
Yeah, did you see his 111?
No.
So he had a 111.03 where he messed up the spark because he bombed.
Oh, wow, okay. That spark isn't really that difficult, but it's really costly to miss. So it's like really scary to do every run, and the nerves get to you every so often. We just cannot be on this long, boring stretch towards power bombs. Much really happening in this part.
There are a lot of long, boring stretches in Custodian 100%, honestly.
There is.
So, Scotty holding his charge there because the Bombus don't shoot at you. They kind of like hover towards you and don't shoot anything when you charge your beam.
Which is really handy when we have screw attack.
Yeah.
We'll see Scotty switch to super somewhere around here and then stay with supers until we get halfway back from power bombs. Which is mainly, we have to take a refill regardless because we need to refill our power bombs. So I guess he switches back to missiles for no real reason. Sorry, I was wrong. So using supers is sort of a better deal because you can use less supers to do the same amount of damage, and then when we refill, we have to refill less ammo. Something really important for this one Bombu coming up. Yeah, he switches back to supers.
It's also really nice to not take any damage in this long section, so you don't refill health.
Yeah, again, because of the force refill.
I think the force refill, the health portion is a little slower, right? If I'm not mistaken.
What? The health?
Yeah, you have to refill health. You skip the health refill if you don't take damage, right?
Yeah. Like refilling everything takes time. It's not a lot with health refills really quickly, but so valuable frames. So they use a couple of one power bomb there just to blow up those blocks, making it a lot faster, both now and coming back later. There's actually a lot of power bomb management going on in 100%. We have so few power bombs. We have like very specific moments where we want to use them. Oh, the robot fell down. Wow. I don't know if I've ever seen that happen. Yeah, so we want to be really careful about when we're using power bombs. And wasting one can be like absolutely fatal.
Especially coming up. Yeah, so coming up is Glass Tube, and it is not an insanely difficult trick, but it can be difficult, and if you mess it up, you have to change your route entirely.
So we only have one shot, period, to do this spark. If you fail it, there's no retrying at all, and you just have to not do it and do something else.
And I don't think somebody knows the alternate route.
Yeah, I would assume not. He's just gonna get it no problem. Oh, he does space boost too, that's a bit risky. Yeah, Pollsmor goes for the safer diagonal spark. Let's see if Scotty can win the lottery. Doesn't look like it. No. So we want a power bomb drop here, ideally. We're like actually one power bomb. Like we have one too few power bombs here, and we have to do some fancy shine sparking to make up for it. But if you're lucky, you can get a power bomb drop in that room and not have to do the fancy stuff, which is like several seconds. So we really want that drop. It's about a 25% chance if you kill every enemy in that room.
Is it worth it trying to kill the enemies in the previous room at all?
Not, I mean, the crabs can drop it too. I don't remember the drop rate, but it's kind of awkward to stop and collect the drops in that room. So we'll see Pollsmor is doing this Shine Spark that Scotty's doing. Scotty's doing the hard version. Barely making it. And Pollsmor do the same. Also doing hard version. There's an easier version where you can. Oh, okay. Oh, that was so. God, oh my God! Scotty kind of didn't position himself correctly for diagonal sparks, so he has to get another shine spark up here.
Was he too far to the left?
He was too far to the right. Thankfully, you can just get another speed booster in this room, so it's not like the end of the world, but it's still pretty terrible.
Pollsmor missing the space boost there.
So he places the power bomb now because he's already there. Scotty didn't do so because he was in the middle of the space boost and he's gonna have to place it later. So this is kind of a weird thing in this game where a lot of people assume that Shine Sparking is like the fastest way to move, and that's technically correct. But Shine Sparking does have a pretty large startup animation and a pretty large animation at the end, a pretty long animation at the end when you hit the wall. So unless you're Shine Sparking like a really long distance, it's usually faster to space boost instead. Just like do a long space boost while speed boosting. And this race is still close. I still think Pollsmor's in the lead. Should be in the lead.
Yeah, after that mistake that Scotty made.
You have to remember that Scotty still has like a half minute. Like he has to fix his mistake earlier on. He has to fix it now and clean up. That's gonna cost him like at least 20 seconds, 20 to 30 seconds. And
How much faster is it to get wrap the ball cannon there?
Oh dang, Scotty gets the no spring ball spark. That's pretty sick. That's almost as fast as standing spark. Pulse too, wow, you guys. I'm sorry to ask the question. I was too impressed by people doing some shit.
So I was wondering how much the ball cannon was in running to the spot in AWS room.
Oh, the zipline?
Yeah, the zipline.
The zipline is slower. Zipline is slower. If you ball jump up into the zipline, it's slower. By like a couple of frames. So like you can do it if you want to, it's easier.
This room in Norfair is like notorious for having really weird platforming that you have to do. These next few rooms actually.
Really awkward, yeah. Do you think they're gonna go for space boost here? I would assume Scotty does. I would kind of assume Pollsmor does as well.
Yeah, they definitely. I'm not sure about Pollsmor, but Scotty definitely goes for it. It's Scotty. He goes for everything.
He goes for everything. So since this room is so long, this space boost doesn't actually save that much time. Oh, this Pollsmor actually does the Shine Spark. But yeah, so Shine Sparking is actually like movement. You do move faster while Shine Sparking than space boosting. So because this room is so long, it's not that much faster to space boost. It's mainly because you don't have to run through the previous room like Pollsmor had to do. You have to charge the spark really early enough so you don't hit the speed block underground and then like walk through half a room.
Scotty doing it on the way back. Wow.
On the way back, it's like not worth it at all. It's like 10 frames faster to do space boost or something silly.
As long as it's faster, I'm impressed.
I mean, as long as it's faster, Scout is gonna do it, right?
Yeah.
It works. Pollsmor getting a power bomb drop from the Mega Hoppers.
So hopefully Scotty doesn't forget what he missed here.
Well, yeah, he might just autopilot through this room and forget. Hopefully he remembers. Yeah, he does. So this part is actually a lot faster doing it like this because you can space boost through here. No, why? Why is he grabbing the missile first? I'm really disappointed now.
That's an experience for you, man.
Yeah, it is. It's so easy to grab on the way back, but sure. It's still faster to do this first, but what happened?
He got sniped by an enemy.
How?
Maybe he grabbed the ledge accidentally because he was
that might have
holding it, maybe?
Sure.
I'm not sure though.
He was like in the middle of he has both screw attack and he was doing a speed boost and somehow an enemy still hit him. He had to have grabbed the ledge. That's the scary part when doing space boost, that if you're holding like forward, if you're holding towards, the game might interpret that as you grabbing a ledge, even though it's a block you can break. It's really weird.
Yeah, so most of the time you just want to not hold directions when you're space boosting. It's kind of counterintuitive, but
since as soon as you start a spin jump, you're gonna keep going regardless. Like you can let go of direction and keep going forward. So during any space boost, really you should just let go of all directions and just press A. That should be the last missile tank for Pollsmor. Oh, Scott is like pretty far behind now.
yeah, he's 28 seconds behind. And it's really hard to catch up here. There's not a lot you can do to save a bunch of time.
He's gonna have to rely on Pollsmor doing something stupid, which, I mean, he might.
He might, but it's really hard at this point.
Yeah. There are a couple of parts right at the end that, if it's missed, cost a lot of time. But there are safe ways to do all of them, and Pollsmor really should be playing it
yes.
safe.
The mechanics on your using a power bomb are kind of wonky. That's why it's hard to get that ledge sometimes.
Yeah, you can't actually grab a ledge while a power bomb is exploding. So. It doesn't come up, like it's not relevant that often, but sometimes. Pollsmor being really mean and bombing the pirates.
Scotty misses the 1 tile wide mark. They're not actually too tricky to get hit, but you need to kind of anticipate when you fall, otherwise it is pretty difficult. Because like the game doesn't perfectly, you can't perfectly see when you're falling, kind of because like lag and stuff like that. So you really have to anticipate before you fall to like do the inputs.
Can a Shine Spark outraise a missile? Looks like it could. Thought this Shine Spark was a bit slower than Pollsmor. Change. I think Pollsmor has an extra power bomb. I'm not sure if he knows where to use it. Most people don't know where to use extra power bombs.
I think Pollsmor uses one of them at the end of the game to get a 79 door exit.
Oh, to get perfect bomb door?
Yeah, something like that.
Such a waste. It's like the least useful, like, that's probably the least useful place you can do it and still actually save time. There's like 3 other places where you can save like half a second instead of 2 frames.
I still don't know the timing, so I've never bothered with it doing it there.
Always can I do the silly space boost? That doesn't actually save time. Especially not if you fail. I was kind of doing the Shine Spark. I think this is actually faster, it's just like not, yeah. It's like not faster enough to be worth trying. And it does look like he's saving it for door bomb. He might be saving for pallet for like the end game glitch thing. If you use if a power bomb like explodes when you get into the ship, it responds weirdly and like gets stuck in weird color palettes, and sometimes the audio glitches out of it.
So,
it's gonna be really hard for Scotty to catch up right now.
Yeah, especially if Pollsmor goes for Shine Spark if I know you think. Which he should, I mean, he's so far ahead, why not?
Maybe he's just gonna try to go for PB by now.
Is he PB pace?
I don't even know if he's PB. I would kind of doubt it, he's been doing silly mistakes.
No, it looks like he is going for space jump.
Missed first jump. That's one way for Scotty to catch up. Oh, he's doing Shine Spark.
Why would he shoot the door then? Oh,
I don't know. That was the weirdest pattern of blocks he broke.
Now the only way for Pollsmor to lose is for him to fail escape spark probably. Which could happen.
Rightfully to do this, and he gets it nice. That's a 5-second gain for Scotty. Scotty doing the actually fast way of getting back to us, like an additional 4 frames or something.
4 frames.
he sparked into the slope and did a space boost instead of sparking all the way to the door, and it's like a couple of frames faster.
Then he lost the frames because he didn't bomb the block. He shot it. Pollsmor missing a lot of supers.
He really did. So is Scotty. Well, Scotty ran out of supers.
Oh, yeah.
And it looks like Mecha still has a decent amount of health. This is a disaster for Scotty.
I hope none of the players go for space boost spark
They shouldn't.
instead of the spark. Yeah, it loses time in real time. I can't find a way to make it faster. Like, you have to be really tight with your morph at the end.
I think, like, even when Pass does it, you have to, like just barely go through doors to minimize door scrolling as well. So it just fucks up your RT.
I didn't know. Some more argument for not doing it.
Yeah.
So Pollsmor getting it. So this is one for him. Congrats to
Screw up
Pollsmor.
Black Pirates really, really bad.
Yeah, I guess.
I doubt it, but I mean, he could.
Yeah.
He could like.
Those were really nice Black Pirates.
Yeah, actually, he could like forget to jump. He could like get sniped out of the ship. You never know.
Yeah. So that was really close to his PB, I think.
That's a low 112. That's like a strong time.
So congrats to Pollsmor for winning this one.
So grand finals is gonna be a rematch of the winners finals. It's gonna be Pollsmor getting his double Jeopardy match against Eagle.
This is going to be the 3rd tournament in a row where it's the Eagle versus Pollsmor grand finals.
I think Eagle calls in everything.
Yeah.
We need to run Fusion 100% now and have that be Pulse Eagle as well. It's gonna be so sad.
I mean, it should be JRP versus Eagle, but JRP and races don't really mix really well.
No.
Yeah, so I think what decided that race was that one mistake in Norfair. Otherwise, it would have been much closer.
Did that really cost him half a minute though? I'm not sure. Yeah, it might have, because he stopped and tried to farm and stuff.
It definitely cost him half a minute. And he made a mistake because he wasn't familiar with how to do that properly too, right?
Yeah, right. And there were a lot of mistakes in both of these rounds, to be honest. Both of the players messed up a lot of rooms. Like Pollsmor missed diagonal in Ridley and all sorts of things. And this is just a testament to how good their movement is. These are still really good times, even with some pretty major mistakes.
Yeah, Pollsmor still beat my PB and Scotty didn't, unfortunately.
Pollsmor still almost had a 111 with getting map and
yeah, that
missing diagonal, all sorts of things.
Yeah, that's kind of sad. That the map cost him the 111. That's kind of funny if you think.
It actually did, yeah.
I feel his pain getting the map and missing your PB because of it, or getting a PB and just not getting the 38. Looks like Scotty wants to join the call or something.
Hey, Scotty.
So how did you feel about that race, man?
Hold on a second, I need to...
You're a bit quiet. Oh god.
This better... Oh, there we go.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you feeling?
Like trash.
That was sort of an interesting mistake to do in Norfair. And as the router I am, I started thinking about the most optimal way to handle missing that super. Which probably would have been like a completely different route, but
yeah,
it's hard if you don't have all of that info. So I was still sort of close for most of the race, I think. But that mistake definitely cost you the win, I think.
Yeah, it definitely cost the run.
But it's still a pretty solid, like a mid 112 isn't like that's not something too mad about, really.
Yes, it's still a decent run, but with that mistake included, it could have been a whole lot better.
Sure, absolutely. You had a really messy Brinstar too. Like, did you feel like right at the start that set you back?
Yeah,
Motivationally?
I completely forgot about that after that big mistake, but Brinstar was a little bit sloppy, I remember that. It kind of like put me down for the start of the run, so it kind of hurt.
Yeah, that really like puts a damper on your entire motivation.
Uh-huh.
So I mean, you should still be happy about the third place, considering you didn't really know the run before the tournament started.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. But I can't be happy with this.
No, I understand. I know. I'm never happy losing to Pollsmor either.
Did you get 111 in tournament at all, Scotty?
No, I did not. I got pretty close though, if I remember correctly.
So, what are your predictions on Grand Finals? Who do you think's gonna win?
Eagle.
Not
even gonna think about it.
All right.
I don't think anyone actually expects Pollsmor to win that, but he could. Like, it's not impossible, really. But Eagle is just too dominant. It's hard to bet against him.
Like, if Pollsmor suddenly stops making major mistakes, maybe he can get close. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's not gonna happen. It's Pollsmor.
I also mean, Pollsmor could beat Eagle.
I mean, of course we're mean. It's Pollsmor.
The time he got this race beats several of the times Eagle's gotten in the tournament. So.
Now this wasn't a PB for Pollsmor, was it?
No, he got the map. So.
Oh, that's right. What was it? What is his PB? RTA.
I think it's his in-game time PB though, because it says new record.
Oh, that's true.
That's hard to tell with emulator. I know my emulator times are like, screwed up because I just load save states all the time, so it doesn't remember my actual records.
Right.
So I think Pollsmor has 112.03 or something like that.
Yeah, this definitely would have been PB for him if he didn't get mapped in that case.
Mm-hmm.
This would have been 111 if it didn't get mapped.
So, do you plan on running the game after the tournament, Scotty, or?
Absolutely, but not as vigorously as I have been.
You kind of get burnt out, huh?
Yeah.
Not gonna move on to any %?
We'll see.
Quote unquote move on.
Gotta convince somebody to get a 38.
But yeah, so regardless, it was a good race. It was fun to watch. So good job to both runners for putting on a show today.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch.
Well, thank you.
It was also pretty close throughout most of the runs, so you know it was the tension was there.
Well, it just looked close.
Well, you know, you still had the possibility of passing Pollsmor at the end, but you made a few too many mistakes.
Yeah.
I think it was pretty close when Pollsmor got the map.
Yeah,
I think you were pretty much
even. It was a lot closer at that point.
Yeah, I think you were pretty much even. It's hard to tell though because I don't know exactly how much you lose from doing that room late. So.
I would think that if you don't go all the way to the super, it would probably cost closer to 10-15 seconds than the 30 that you get from going all the way there and missing the missile. If
you just go into the room and not even try to open the super door, that costs 2 seconds.
Only 2 seconds.
It's only 2 seconds. I mean, you're down a super pack, which is like a big deal, but.
Yeah, being down the super pack was probably the biggest thing there.
Yeah, but you definitely had the time to gain. You were 30 seconds ahead, so you would have had to collect the stuff in 30 seconds. But then you made a few small mistakes, and like at that point, it really cost you a lot.
It was really just strange that I whiffed both of the supers that I had because I got the good RNG and, I had two supers going in there.
You got an extra super as well. Yeah, wow, that's a weird.
And I just threw them both away.
How do you normally do that? Do you do the jump and then shoot a missile and then spark?
Yeah, jump and shoot.
Yeah, I don't know how you failed it like that then. That's really weird.
No idea.
I guess maybe nerves, right?
I wasn't even nervous. I was more nervous about missing the missile on the way back.
Maybe you were thinking too far ahead.
Probably. That's a possibility.
Pollsmor, I don't think will be joining us, unfortunately.
No, it's not. He doesn't really join voice chat.
He usually doesn't. Yeah.
So I think we're gonna be done for now. Do we know what's coming up next on Speed Gaming? Don't have the schedule. See if I can find the schedule.
The schedule?
Schedule, come on.
I know I heard somebody pronounce it schedule. I don't remember.
Don't give me that. So apparently we have a Mystic Quest coming up in about an hour and a half.
Do you know how far in the tournament Mystic Quest is?
I have no idea. I do not know.
Alright, I think that's about it for us, right?
Yeah, so again, thanks to the runners. That was cool. Good luck to Pollsmor having any chance against Eagle.
And thank y'all for watching, guys.
Yeah.